Welcome, 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 good people, good men, women, and children, or maybe hopefully not children are watching this. But thank you everyone for joining. It's been quite some time. It's been quite some time. I kind of forgot how to do this thing, but thank you for joining to episode is this 98, I think, of But There's More. With me today, I got a few of my nearest and dearest. My man Shane and Buck are both here today to help support the boys. So I appreciate you guys for joining.
Yeah, thanks
All
for having me.
familiar faces. Absolutely, absolutely. Shane, the man. Um, I'm sure you guys saw me and Shane earlier today. I posted a link in the Facebook chat and things like that. But yeah, man, how you guys been? You guys been all right?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good,
Did
man.
some traveling earlier this week, but I'm back in Houston again.
Okay.
Where'd you go, Buck?
I went to Washington State. I used to live there, so I
Okay.
visited some friends. Had a few statue things to take care of. Because
Mm.
all my collection is still there, and I shipped a bunch of pieces to a friend's place, and it was getting too much at his house, so I had to go pick it up and move it to my storage unit.
Mm.
And also there's some other stuff that's tied to like my um it's tied to some other like personal stuff that I had to go settle there as well. So it's all
Oh, right
good
on.
now. Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome. All right, let's see. We got some people in the chat. Let's see what we got here. We got John. What's going on, buddy? What's going on, the Everyday Collector? Shane's in chat. Vibranium Jim. What's
What's up,
going on,
Jim?
buddy? Piggy, my man. What's
What's up,
going on?
Piggy?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? If you are in the chat, say what's up to the gang. But today we have a lot to talk about, but not a lot to talk about at the same time, right? And we also have pictures today. So there's that. So the first thing I think everyone's been talking about this past week is the Ivy. I know a lot of people are talking about it, and uh, and I know that Shane, you've shared your thoughts on it, but let's still talk about it here. Let's start with you, Buck. So, before we get into Buck, let me just set the table for everyone. Essentially, this is the very short version of it. Sideshow unveiled a Poison Ivy, said that it was exclusive to Sideshow, and that it was only going to be limited to a certain run or a certain amount of time. We blinked twice, and there was an email sent out to only a certain amount of people saying, "Hey, there's only 250 being made." You blink again, and the piece is sold out, and now everyone's in an uproar, right? Also, after they've done that, they put out a post saying that they're going to be doing low ESs in the near future, moving forward. So everyone's scratching their head, don't know what the hell's going on. What does this all mean? I made a video about it with my thoughts. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. But Buck, let's get into you, man. How do you feel about this? I was very interested to hear your thoughts on this.
I think there's a lot of facets to this. I'm trying to figure out how this benefits Sideshow. For one, that was because I imagine that's the only thing, or at least the biggest reason that would push them to make such a change, right? How
Mm-hmm.
does it
Mm-hmm.
benefit them? And for the most part, I like the usual large ES pieces. I think that was working out pretty well for them because they don't have to produce the entire edition size at once. They do them in batches. And so they can,
Mm-hmm.
if it's a matter of like the popularity of the piece not being where they want it to be, they could just stop creating more, and then they don't have to spend money to put it in storage in a warehouse or, waste money on production for pieces that won't sell. They can gauge the like supply and demand like as time goes on, and that would definitely
Mm-hmm.
be in their favor, right? The only thing I can
Mm-hmm.
see with this strategy benefiting them over that is that because they've announced the edition size and everyone wants in on it like super early and it's like, oh, it's going to be limited, they get a bulk of that money up front immediately. People are like, people
Mm-hmm.
them for the statue, and they get like a huge chunk of the money that they can get out of that like statue's edition upfront, and that's the only benefit I can really see. Whereas before, the sales might trickle in slowly, and over time, it would be more than they would get if they do a smaller ES. But maybe they want a large amount of cash, like revenue, to flow into the company within a short period of time, and maybe that's the benefit for this. We're doing it this way. And then another thing is like for the collector, what kind of collector does this benefit? Probably people that value like exclusivity. Um, you know, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to they're gonna really be happy with this. And then the kind of people it might not benefit, someone like me, I prefer to wait until the statue comes out and is in hand, and I like see all the flaws that might come about during production, and wait until that happens before I commit to a piece. And it also allows you to because of the way Sideshow used to do pieces in the past, it allowed me to deprioritize statues I was going to purchase from them and say I could get that
Mm-hmm.
later. It also made it so the prices were cheaper in the aftermarket. Usually, what you would see is the statue would come out. There's people that got the piece and they realize I don't want this after a few weeks, maybe 4 months, and they're out of the return window. And then it's still available on Sideshow. They can't sell it above retail, and so they want to get it done quickly. You can snag it really quickly from those people, right? So that was one benefit
Mm-hmm.
to like the larger edition sizes. If you were willing to be patient, you could always get it lower than the retail, right? But and you also got the chance to see any flaws that might come about. You got the chance to see the difference between the prototype and production and make a decision then. And I always like to wait. I always like the ability to say, okay, I don't need to commit any money to Sideshow right now. I'm gonna focus on these other pieces that I know I really want as well, but those pieces are gonna sell out while the Sideshow isn't. But now if this is gonna become the norm, I'm gonna have to start making hard choices like early on. Before like
Yeah.
the choices were like easier to make, especially with the Sideshow piece. And now it's like it's harder. So because of the exclusivity. And yeah, I would have preferred if the edition sizes stayed larger. Um, but as it is now, I also don't mind too much. It just makes things a bit more difficult in terms of the decision making.
I agree. Sam, what's up, Sam? Sam says, never thought I would see the day when Sideshow is making better statues than XM, cheaper and larger ES. Damn. Well, technically, you're right. Shane, how you feel about this, buddy?
So one, I was very surprised that Sideshow would go from an 11,000 ES statue to a 250, just like that. So I think
Right.
it's interesting. It's actually good for the hobby. I'm hoping that they follow suit and other companies follow suit just to make a smaller ES. I don't need the ES being 30 or anything like that. Even 250, honestly, I found a little low. I was surprised they wouldn't do at least 500, but
Right.
that's
At
fine.
least. Right.
I'd like to see that. What I would prefer is if they didn't shit the bed on it with the way they orchestrated it, right? People not getting notified. So even when they do something
Mm-hmm.
wrong, they still find a way to kind of fuck it up. But uh, I think it's good. I hope they follow suit. I hope the quality's there. I like that they didn't jack up the price because of the low ES. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I could only hope other companies will follow suit with it. So let's hope. What's up,
Yeah.
H
Let's
Stat?
hope.
What's up?
Stats. What's good, babe?
Oh man, long time. What's good?
Yeah, man. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. Trying to get back in the groove, man. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, no doubt.
We're talking about the. I know you heard about the Poison Ivy with Sideshow.
Yeah, I heard about that.
With that whole situation. Well, how you feel about it?
I don't really care for it, so that's probably why I didn't comment. But I heard that they just dropped the ES and then it was sold out right away. But
Mm-hmm.
that's weird because they're going back to the low ES. They're probably losing money. Like what's going on?
I think they're definitely losing money on this because there's no way you profit off 250 Poison Ivies unless you work something out with the factories. So now you get a cheaper something with the factories, and now you can make up the difference. But I mean, 250, goddamn. I mean, I would at least a bare minimum of 500 for Ivy, right? 250 is just really freaking low, and then in the fashion that they did, so I didn't like it. The fashion of how they announced the 250, like normally, their business practices. If you don't think about this in a vacuum and think about it holistically, they've been doing a lot of the statues that people want have been going up on seconds. They've been doing a lot of discounts, a lot of business practices that would not incentivize the customers to go straight to the statue whenever it goes up for PO, right? Then you put this Ivy out. Naturally, a lot of people like Ivy, and naturally, I'm pretty sure a lot of people waited because that's what everyone else has been doing. Then you haphazardly, lazily, lackadaisically announce that it's only 250, and now it sells out in the matter of an hour or two based on FOMO, right? I just don't like that. And if it's 250, you should have said that whenever it went up for PO. Edition size 250. I guarantee it would have sold out in a day or two. But even like I just don't like it. Like how you gonna wait list it and do all this without telling people how many is being made in the first place. It was just really sloppy and really bad business practice, and I didn't like it at all. But again, I'm kind of like you, Stats, because I didn't like it. I didn't care as much because I'm not on the market for Poison Ivy, so it didn't really it didn't matter to me one way or the other. I just didn't like the optics of it all.
I think it's a excellent business strategy because like exactly they created the FOMO, they put out the
Mm-hmm.
low ES, they made the profit, they sold it right away, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and now they're just testing, I guess the demographics of like, okay, if we start these low ES again, will the demographic buy our stuff? I mean, it's exactly like with the Thanos on the throne right here. I mean,
Yeah.
that thing was like, I mean, it froze the internet. I mean, you had bots buying it.
Right.
So are they going back to that old practice? Are they listening to the community with these high ES? Because that's what
Mm-hmm.
made it fun back in the days. I mean, and then probably their stuff is not moving. I mean, you got like 7,000 ES for one statue is probably not moving. So maybe they're listening, they're seeing, maybe they got greedy, they're seeing the aftermarket prices, So I mean, that's the only thing I can think about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'd like to see them do? What XM used to do, the made to order. So they
Yes.
put out a statement saying we're going to make this Poison Ivy. We'll have a maximum ES of 700 maximum, but it's made to order. You got 2 weeks to get your order in, and whatever the POs are, that's going to be the edition size. But it will sell out once we hit 700 POs. I'd like to see
I
something like that.
and I think that's totally fair. I think the
That
key
way
to
you get
that
the best of
though,
both.
you get the best of both worlds, and on top of that, the key to that is just announce it. Be upfront, saying, "Hey, this is what we're doing. We're all, you have 2 weeks, and give people give people a little a little bit of a leeway for the 2 week um open window, right? Like that's
Yeah.
30 days before the 2 week window. You say, hey, in 30 days on this date and this time, we're going to open up the PO for Ivy. We're only
Right.
making it's going to be made to order, only 700 max. Good luck, right?
I think when they initially put it up on for pre-order, they did say it was going to be limited edition. We just didn't know what they meant by
Exactly.
that.
We don't know. They've
Um,
never said that, so we don't know what the hell
yeah.
that means.
So I think it was kind
Like,
of like
limited could be 4,000.
Exactly.
people were calling their bluff, and if you call
Yeah.
their bluff, too bad for you right now. It's like the kind of thing like if you didn't believe them, and like now and you don't have the statue on pre-order and you want it,
Mm-hmm.
that would definitely suck for you.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. My man Dennis reporting. My man. My guy. Jesse was good. Was good. Was good. My man Ant was good, babe. It's good seeing you guys. Sideshow hasn't been really irrelevant since XM Prime One. Other companies have overlapped, have evolved over time. They're like the last companies for statues. Even Iron Studios doing better. Well, I will say that when it comes to Iron Studios, and I've been saying this for the past couple years, Iron Studios to me does some of the best poses you'll see in the business. They just really knock that stuff out of the park. I just think, it's like 1/10 scale, so it's like I'm not on the market for a 10 scale anything, right? So,
But that
Yeah,
skill also allows them to do the dynamic poses.
well, that's true too.
The bigger the statue gets, the like less ambitious the pose will be for
That is
most.
very true. That's a caveat for sure. Shane, were you gonna say something?
they've had issues with their portraits too on pieces in the past. Iron
Iron
Studio.
Studios, yeah, because it's a way smaller canvas,
Yeah.
way smaller canvas to work with. I agree,
Mhm.
and even some of their 1/4 stuff. I mean, it's not the head sculpts are not as good
No,
as
one
other
fourth and
companies.
1/6. They've had issues with them.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you there for sure, 1,000%. Um, I feel like we've unpacked the Ivy piece. Anything else we want to discuss on the Ivy? We'll wait and see. We'll see what happens with Sideshow moving forward, right?
I'm curious to see if that piece will be available once it starts shipping again. Like
You
will
think they're gonna
people will
finesses type?
no, I don't think they'll finesse us, but I think will people cancel like and then if you're on the wait list you get in, or like a
Convert.
bunch of people just like, cancel their pieces.
I don't see. I don't know if that'll happen. I don't see a lot of people canceling just because it's such a limited run. 250. I think a lot of people think that they'll make their money back on the aftermarket because it's only 250. So um, I don't know.
I
I
have a
would be surprised if they start canceling
I have a feeling some people just bought it because it's like
because of
it's
FOMO.
gonna yeah, and then they're gonna the time to pay is gonna come and they're gonna say, well, I don't actually really want this. I'm not willing to pay this much
Always
for it,
happens.
and they're gonna
Yeah,
cancel, right? But like, what's that ratio gonna be? So that's what I'm curious about.
that is true.
Will it be enough that you'll see it available on the website again, or will all those just go to people on the wait list?
I think we may see one or two pop up on seconds, but
Probably.
not a lot. I think it may be one or two.
Hmm.
And I think that'll go fast whenever they go up. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you'll blink twice and it'll be gone.
at that yes, absolutely. Who do you guys
Yeah.
think will be the next Batman related statue Sideshow makes? What's your guess? Is it going to be a different Batman, a rogue maybe we haven't got, maybe a Robin?
It's a good question, Shane. It's a very good question. What do you guys think? What you think,
I mean,
Stats?
people are dying for a Penguin, a Riddler, 1/4 Scarecrow, all from Sideshow, right? They've been waiting years for these pieces.
Yeah, yeah. I just can't see them going into that direction of the Penguin, the Two Face, the Clayface, and all those different characters. Just because if they're saying now moving forward, they said out of their mouths that they're going to be doing lower edition sizes. I don't know if they'd be willing to do the lower edition size and take a risk on a new character. That seems like an even bigger risk than doing the low ES.
There's another way to look at it, though. A lot of people think that Sideshow doesn't do those pieces because they don't think they're going to sell very well, and
Hmm.
especially with Sideshow and the big ES that they always have. Well,
Hmm.
now if they're going to have a small ES, now's the time to do those characters that you think might not sell well because you only have a maximum of 250, 300 to sell.
And I think you have a point because if you're only making 300 of Two Face,
There's at least 300 Batman collectors out there that want to license Two Face.
Batman Statue Collector has like 30,000 subscribers. I guarantee you, 300 of them will purchase the Two
Yeah.
Face, right?
Well, that Two Face is coming out. Tweethead is doing it, right?
I think it's 10 scale though, right?
It's 10 scale? No, I
No,
think
it's Twitter has
Twitter
to do
is doing a 1/6, isn't it?
One
Are they doing
six.
1/4 also with it?
I think it's 1/6. I think you're right.
it would
Shane,
be it would be
1/6.
wise for them to do one.
I don't
quarter.
think they announced the scale. They just said Tweethead is doing Two Face.
Right, but all their other pieces are 1/6 in the line,
Right,
and
right.
they made 2 of them in 1/4, but the
Mhm.
rest are all 1/6.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the both, like where they do 1/6 and 1/4.
I think
They're
that
not
would be
doing
a
that
smart
for
choice.
Black Adam. I wanted them to.
Oh yeah,
That piece is fire.
Were you saying something about?
I think it would be wise for them to do the quarter scale, especially since they know there's a market for it. Like
I
people
agree.
want it, and yeah,
Yeah, because that's. I mean, my only thoughts is, are they watching their, I guess the consumer market, like what the demand is, and
So
responding to the demand? Because how long we been talking about that Two Face? How long we been talking about other characters? You
that
know?
is absolutely correct. I mean, but here's the more I think about it, the more I say, there's no way they don't do the Two Face and quarter scale. I mean, if Batman statue collector is best friends with the owner of Tweeterhead,
Yeah,
there's no way in the hell he's gonna let him put that out without it being quarter scale.
yeah, it has to be because
Right.
um, even the big fuss about the Joker on Throne. That's where Tweeter had messed up, where they put out that 1/6, didn't say anything, and then put out the quarter scale and lost sales. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't make that assumption. You know, so
Um. Yeah. Yeah. So to answer your question, Shane, I will say for we're talking about you said shot sideshow, right? Who sideshow
Sideshow
gonna do that?
specific making it, yes. Batman
Uh,
related statue.
I would say this year at San Diego Comic Con we'll get another Batman. At least one Batman. We'll get another Batman. Hopefully, we get a. We just got a Joker, so I don't think we'll see Joker. We just got a Harley. We just got a Poison Ivy. I think we may see like a Robin, another Robin. It'll be time for another Robin. I think we'll see that.
I think they're gonna continue their basically they've been doing like Birds of Prey in a certain
Mhm.
style. So I think
Oh,
we're gonna see a new Batgirl possibly. Uh,
yeah. It's been a while since we. I forgot about her. Yeah.
I'd also expect them to do yeah like now that they're willing to do lower ESs, they're probably gonna explore more with the rogues of Batman. So I don't know if they'll do a Two Face and compete with Tweeterhead,
Nah,
but
they wouldn't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I could definitely see them making. They've already done Mister Freeze. They've done a
Yes. Yeah.
Scarecrow already.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they'll do a Clayface, a Penguin, a
I think they.
Riddler.
I think they do Riddler before they do anyone else. Honestly.
did you guys see that custom Clayface?
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah.
Horrible. Like, man, come on.
You don't like it? I like it.
Hell no.
You like it, Buck? Okay, he hates it.
I'm like, what is that?
I
Ugh.
think it's cool though. I think
You
it's
like
cool.
it?
I think it's cool.
It's not for me, but I can see the appeal for some people.
No.
Mhm. That's funny
I,
as hell.
I don't know. I just wouldn't have imagined Clayface like that.
Like what?
Mhm. The way it looks, just the way
Be
he's.
specific.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. Okay. All right. We got Ivy out the way. I need some help, guys. Maybe you guys can help me with this. Um, my lovely wife, she got me some she got me
Statues?
no. Well, she gave me a gift card for Sideshow. And so I was thinking I've been wanting a Spider-Man statue. Let me see if I think I should have the tab open. Here we go. Hold on, let me share my screen so you guys can see. Hold up. Present. Share screen. Oh, it has to be a Chrome tab. Okay, got it. Hold on 1 second, guys. I forgot about that. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Hold on, let me see. So basically, what it is the sideshow. This is stuff you guys have already seen before. This is the sideshow Spider-Man premium format.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which one?
I've been thinking about getting it recently, just recently. I never really looked at it like that, but then recently I was like, it might be, might be something I could sink my teeth into. So I want to hear what you guys want to hear what you guys think.
Oh, okay.
I say no.
Off rep. No,
Mhm.
okay. Well, here's what I'm thinking. So you got this, and you have. I know they just did the new Spider-Man, the Iron Spider. I've never been a fan of the comic Iron Spider suit, so I have no interest in it. And then you have the other new Spider-Man that's the force perspective base that Daniel Bell did. That
Mhm.
I'm just not a fan of the base. The Spider-Man I'm fine with, but the base I just can't get with, so I refuse to purchase it. Um, and then you have this one, right? I'm not mad at this piece. Um, I was just trying to get everyone's perspective on this. So Buck
It's,
says no.
it's cool, but like I used to own this piece.
Oh,
On
really?
the,
Okay.
yeah, I just would. I don't know. I'd probably prefer Spider-Man in a different pose. The base is good. The base is really
Mm-hmm.
good, but I guess I'd prefer Spider-Man in a different pose. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's why I wouldn't want it.
See, with me, I'm biased when it comes to Spider Man. Like, I'll buy any Spider Man statue. So, yeah, but I mean, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spidey's statues they sell. I mean, like they're the most popular out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But so I mean, if you're considering this, it's a good piece to get. And then
Oh,
that light up, I didn't even know that light up. That's even better.
It uses the tiny batteries.
Yeah.
the little circular ones.
Yeah, the watch. Yeah, those tiny batteries. Yeah, those ones.
I'll say this. So this is going to be my deciding factor if I get this piece or not. If it goes like if it goes on discount, like if they do like a 15% off, or they've been doing a lot of those discounts because this has been up for a long time at this point. If it goes up for discount again, and I can get it at a discounted rate for like 400 some bucks or something, or
Hmm.
plus my my gift card my wife got me. If I can get it for cheap, then I'll get it. But if not, then
See, that's the one I
um,
got right there. That one on the far left.
this
Hmm.
one.
Yeah.
See, this one I'm not as much of a. I like this one more than this one.
Hmm.
Same.
But you guys know I got the Miles Morales already. So
Yeah.
um,
I didn't think I was gonna like that one until I saw it, but then it sold out.
the Miles
Yeah.
Morales,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fire.
It's really good.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
I'd say like instead of play the long game, you know, don't buy. I would. I'm trying to play the long game with Spidey. I'm just gonna buy the like. I'm waiting for the perfect one. I might have to wait forever, but I'm
Mhm.
gonna wait. I don't want to just buy any Spider-Man anymore unless although I'm buying like other suits and other characters from the Spider-Man like universe, but
Mhm.
like I don't have a classic red and blue suit at the moment. And I just say I'm just willing I'm willing to wait. On the other
Mhm.
hand, there's like the Carnage from Sideshow is really good. If you want to get a bunch of Spider-Man characters,
The
that's what
Carnage is
you
good.
spend your money on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Funny enough, the Venom, I saw it in person this week. I have to say, it's quite impressive if you see it in person. It's very
Which
impressive.
one?
The new Venom,
The
Sideshow?
Sideshow one, the one
yeah,
where he's running with his arms back.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's quite impressive in person. I didn't expect to have the reaction I had. It's freaking huge.
really, it's big.
It is very big.
Pause.
But
Okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it, and I disagree.
you don't think it's
You don't
big?
like it,
Nah, I hate it.
Yeah.
really?
Hmm.
But do you think it's big though?
Pause.
I think it's a decent size pause.
That's crazy. Y'all talking mad crazy right now. That's wild. um, yeah, I've always liked that Venom. The only thing I didn't like about it was the one head sculpt. I feel like the jawline, like the jaw was like kind of weird a little bit, but
The underbite.
yeah, it was like weird, But I thought that piece. I've always liked the Venom and the Carnage, obviously.
I think that jaw piece is from the McFarlane comic with the extended jaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's probably why.
So that's Spider Man, right? Oh, Shane, let me get your opinion on this. You think I should get this piece? You think this is a good Spider Man piece?
Is it how many 1/4 scale Spider-Man statues do you have?
Technically zero. I have. I mean, if you count Miles Morales, I have the Miles Morales quarter scale, but that's it.
I mean, it's a nice piece. There's better Spider-Man statues out there, in my opinion, for 1/4 scale. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if you like it, then for sure you should buy it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I know I've seen a lot of people who, I've obviously this piece has been out for a minute, so I know a lot of people have seen this in person and things like that. So I wanted to get everyone's perspective on it. And a lot of people have owned this piece as well, owned it and sold it and all that good stuff.
You know what
So
Spider-Man piece I was thinking about getting that's still for sale?
which one?
The negative suit Spidey
Oh,
PCS.
the third scale joint.
Yeah, I've been considering that, but it's like they have a discount on it right now, but I still think it's too expensive. Because like Buck was saying, I
Yeah,
like getting different suits, different Spidey suits.
right, right. Yeah, that one's definitely a little bit more expensive. Let me see what the chat talking about right quick. Before I got another question, a very similar one. This was actually going to be a discussion for real. He says, "Thanks for the Iron Studios reviews on X Men. I may pick up a few of them from watching your videos. That's what's up, man. That's
Thank
what's
you,
up.
boss. Thank you.
Glad,
I'll do my
glad,
best.
glad. The videos that we make is it helps people. Recently, Marcos was saying that he watched one of my videos, one of my Module Case videos, to help build a Module Case for his store that he's opening. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's like, damn, it's good to hear. You spend so much time making these videos and doing all this extra stuff is good to, and you don't get. I don't get paid from this stuff, so hearing people, hearing that people found them helpful in whichever way, that's my satisfaction, right? So glad
And
to hear
that's why I was missing you, man. I'm like, damn, what's
that.
going on, man? I don't like streaming,
Shout out to Terry, man. What's up, Casual? Shout out to Casual as well. Let's see. Vibranium Jim, chat talking about y'all funny in here. Astro, you don't like the XM1? In my opinion, is underrated. The XM1, where his face is like the face is being torn off and like he's swinging from the pole or something like that, right? That's the XM joint, right? Why you
Yeah.
laughing, but
Swinging from the pole.
oh yeah, oh that was crazy. Yeah, I didn't catch that. No, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Let's see. Mark says I own this one. Astro is good, but like Buck said, the pose isn't the best to display. Okay, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's see. So do. Let's present. Let's share screen and let's share one more. This one I really need help on.
Oh God.
Because it's been haunting me, man. I've been like just really sitting thinking like, damn, should I know the reason why I passed on this initially is because I was like, that price is just too goddamn expensive for a quarter scale.
Yeah.
And then I kind of started sitting to myself like, damn, am I missing out on the best Constantine ever made, or should I just bite the bullet and get the piece? Like I don't freaking know.
The only Constantine ever made.
The only one, yeah. I think you've been thinking like everyone else because I've been sitting on this trying to make that decision myself, and I just like I don't know.
I'll tell you this: if you really like Constantine, it's a no-brainer. Pick it up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't like Constantine that much, then no. But if you really like Constantine, when are you gonna get a Constantine statue again? It's not even a question. It's like licensed, done to this quality, you're not gonna see it happen. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they've been charging this kind of prices for quarter scales for a minute now. It's not even it's not new. I mean, the Goku that I bought was 1350.
That was a
You
while
know,
ago.
yeah, and that came out for pre-order like several years ago, and that was 1350 on their site. They've had like quarter scales that are expensive, and this has a lot going on for it. I think it's expensive, no doubts, but if you really like the character, you have no choice of getting this anywhere else unless it's custom, and the custom
Mhm.
statues will not be done to this level of polish. So
Mhm.
you have no choice but to go with Prime One.
You see, it's not only that too. I'm also thinking about shipping. That's what I'm thinking
Oh,
about.
it's
That's
gonna be a
gonna
big box.
that's
It's gonna
gonna
be a big
jack this
box.
up to another $800. That's what's really holding me back. But it's a
That is
beautiful
true.
statue, and I don't understand why they made it 1/3 without the demon angel. That doesn't make any sense. So
It
that's
should have. It should just up the price.
yeah, slap on
You
like
see,
fifty
you guys
dollars
say
more.
that, but like it's Constantine, you know.
Oh
It's not
well.
a Batman statue. It's Constantine, and
Mhm.
the bigger that gets, they're also thinking, can we get away with the pricing? Where in this situation, they gave you the same price for the third scale, you just don't have the Angel of Death at the back. And so clearly, it must have been them thinking, can we actually sell a Constantine statue for however much they would have asked for if they added the Angel of Death on the third scale? And
Mhm.
they probably came to the conclusion that no, they wouldn't be able to sell it. And so, we're in risky times. They're not going to be taking risks like that.
Mhm.
Then they shouldn't have showed us the 1/3 because that's what's really you know turning people away. You know, because like why should I spend this amount of money for a quarter scale when I want the 1/3 with that angel of death? See,
Mhm.
they put you in and then you're already gonna spend a lot of money with the shipping because I think people might undermine the cost for now, but then when you think about the shipping, you're like, well, nah, I don't think it's worth it. Even though that's the only Constantine and right now one of the best I've seen, so
So
it makes it
I'd say,
interesting.
like, if you're a fan of the character, right, and you really love Constantine, it doesn't even matter what the shipping is. You should get the statue. Like, I don't think they're gonna like, especially if you want to get the quarter scale. I would say this: the when I pre-ordered the Wonder Woman versus Hydra, and the shipping came through. That statue is huge,
Mhm.
and the shipping came at like 495,
Oh
right?
wow, $500.
Yeah, that's like two boxes, I believe. I
Mhm.
can't imagine this quarter scale Constantine is bigger than that. Or it's gonna have bigger boxes than that statue. So depending on when they release this, how many years down the line, the prices on shipping can still go up further. But I don't
You
think it's
have
gonna
a
cost you more than that if you do slow shipping, if you order
you,
directly from Prime One.
you have a point because I just paid for the Dark Side from Prime One, the third scale, and the shipping for that was 400, and that's a freaking huge statue, right?
Mhm.
That's not
So
bad.
and so this is definitely not bigger than that. So it's probably gonna be probably less than 400 if it's gonna be in the same ballpark of shipping a year from now. Who knows? But
Mhm. Which is
hopefully
why
it doesn't
it's like,
go up.
if you're willing to, that's again, it's why it's definitely expensive. Not saying it's not expensive, but if you love Constantine and you really is one of your favorite characters, then I don't see the problem with investing that much money into this statue.
Damn. All right, now y'all got me thinking. So, all right, I'm just gonna ask this question. I ain't gonna bring up no pictures. How y'all feel about Do y'all like the and I like this piece. I kind of go back. I'm like in between about it. One day I love it. Next day I'm kind of like, oh, that's cool. It's the Swamp Thing from XM.
It's good. It's a good statue.
I I I, I think it's cool. Shane, what you think?
I think it's a good looking piece.
The Swamp Thing. What about this? What about this Constantine?
Let me ask you this: is Constantine one of your top 10 favorite superheroes?
Top 10? I don't know if I'll say top 10, maybe top.
For me, if the answer is no, I wouldn't drop that much money on the statue. If you
Okay.
like him that much, then I would definitely drop that kind of money on this statue. Exactly what Buck said.
Because he's not going to be made like this again.
Yeah. And it looks so good. And it's
It
prime
looks
one,
awesome.
so you know the quality is going to be there.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's like he's not one of my top 10s, but the art on this is just phenomenal. Like it's just amazing.
Fair enough to that too.
You know,
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking just now. Like literally, like I don't think he's top 10, but I mean, even if he's not, just look at it. It's freaking awesome. Like you got the wings and the Death Angel, the skeletons at the bottom. This is awesome.
And you know what, Astro? It's kind of like for me, like the Samurai series, because remember when we was at the con, that was my first time seeing them in person.
Yeah.
And I never thought I was gonna like them, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, this is excellent. Like
I agree because I didn't really like a lot of the samurai pieces, but when I that con we went to, whatever year that was, 20.
I think it was 2 years ago,
2021, I think it was
right after COVID.
Yeah. That con when we saw those samurai pieces, I said, okay, these are actually nice. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just different seeing it in person. I mean, the pictures don't really do a lot of the stuff justice. So,
yeah.
Plus, if you buy this every time you show a picture online, you'll really piss off and make all the 1/3 scale guys jealous. So that's a bonus.
Oh man, that's funny as hell.
I'll add one more thing. If you're trying to buy this statue because you're envisioning a line with a Zatanna and Swamp Thing,
something, yeah.
Maybe even a dead man. Don't do it.
You said don't do it.
Don't buy statues for lines. I'll tell you, it's unless you love all the statues and you already know what they look like, and you're like, or you're super invested in that team, but don't just like try to build a line. I feel like it gives you have a weaker connection to each piece if you do that. And the moment like one of the statues within that big picture you're trying to build looks a bit weak, if you sell that, you might become dissatisfied with the whole thing. And again, sometimes it can really work. Yeah, and then there's also a question of space. Do you have the space to just like buy pieces that you're not completely in love with? You know?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Because like how I'm collecting now, I'm just looking for like my signature piece. Like that is my Superman. You know, that's my Batman. You know, that's something I'm going to hold on for a really long time before I even think about selling. So that's absolutely correct. Yeah.
And they saying this is going to be one box, so
shipping will definitely be more affordable then. If it's just one box, I can't see that going above $350.
Shit, I was thinking 300 because if it's one box, I think it'll be around 300 max, right?
Yeah, I'm projecting into the future.
Oh, well, yeah.
Hey, see, Astro, that's why you're necessary. Because this is my first time realizing you can see the quantity of boxes. I'm like, where do you see that at? Like, oh, okay, it is there.
Yeah.
It's not always accurate. Sometimes it might change, but they usually try to keep it to the number.
That's why they say approximate, right? They try to put that disclaimer in there.
I've never even looked at that.
Yeah.
Let's just look at the price. Like, how much it's gonna cost?
Okay. Cool. You guys want to get into some pictures?
Sure.
Yeah. Are you going to get this piece or what?
What's that?
Are you going to get it?
I'm leaning toward yes because I just think it's awesome.
It is awesome.
I just had to just get over the fact that it's $13.50 for quarter scale.
Is there something you love more?
You say it again, Buck?
Is there something you love more than like maybe another character with a statue that you're also trying to decide whether you want? And
at that price point?
close to that, or even if it's higher, doesn't matter.
Not really. I mean, potentially, because I know Prime One announced that they're gonna do the Hush Superman. And I don't anticipate that being that's quarter scale. I don't anticipate that being cheap. Um,
No.
so I'm considering that.
Mhm.
I kind of want to see it and all that good stuff. But
What do you guys think about that? Because
it's controversial. I know. Yeah,
I,
it's
if I
I
get it,
say
I'm not reviewing it.
yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna
'Cause they
hide
gonna
it
shoot
somewhere.
you. They gonna shoot you. Yeah, they gonna shoot
I'm
you.
hiding it
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Like, what's that in the backstab? Nothing.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
I'll say like Astro, if it's something of like a choice where you have to choose between Prime One, Superman Hush over the Constantine,
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask you this: are you a big Superman fan?
Uh, when you say big, like
Okay,
I'm
let me
a,
ask this: as a character, do you prefer Superman to Constantine, or you just say both are just so-so?
I would prefer Superman to Constantine. I would say that.
Superman, but like,
Yeah.
is it a big difference?
I don't think it's a huge difference now,
All
but
right.
I,
If
but I would
it's
say
not,
Superman.
and you have to choose between Hush and the Constantine, I
Mm-hmm.
say go with Constantine because it's a more
Oh,
impressive statue in terms of like it's more visually interesting. But
that's
if you
true.
really like Superman like a lot more than Constantine, then go with the quarter scale Hush.
That's true. Because I mean, you got to think. I think going back to your question, Shane. We're kind of remixing it a little bit. I think that we're due for another Superman quarter scale premium format from Sideshow. So I think that may get made this year as well. So to your point, Buck, yeah, I mean Superman, you know, I think the price of that Hush is going to make or break me because I mean I know there's going to be plenty of Supermans being made. There's going to be one made, if not this year, maybe next year. Queen Studios supposed to be doing a comic version Superman in quarter scale. Like there's Superman being made, so like I'm not pressed about Superman. You know what I'm saying?
What do
And
you
you know
think
what?
that 1/4 scale Hush is going to cost retail?
I think they're gonna probably do it around 1350, similar to this Constantine.
It's exactly what I think. 1350.
I think it'll cost a little less than that. I think it's going to be around the 1200 range, mostly because it's the same sculpt, and they probably
Mm-hmm.
want to appear like a little like they're not trying to be greedy. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
um, I think they will make it lower than their new price point for quarter scale statues, but it's going to be more expensive than the 1/3 was. The 1/3 was like 999, if I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
So
some years ago, but yeah, 999 for sure.
I think this is gonna be like around 1200 or 1150, but I don't think it's gonna hit 1350. I think they'll try to make it lower than 1350, but who knows?
I'm thinking that they're gonna release this. It probably might be a cheaper price, and then we're gonna see the Superman that's gonna top the Hush.
Like you're gonna come up with something new and it's gonna be fire.
Something new and better. That's why I'm
Yeah.
hesitant, to pull that trigger.
Well, that's normally how that works. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on the quarter scale Hush Superman. He's on my like me and Buck talk about this all the time. He's on my list of just to be on the lookout. You have your Excel file or your paperwork, kind of detailing what you like, what you don't like, wait list, and all that good stuff. So he's on that list. Just kind of be on the lookout for him. And if the price is right, we'll see. If not, I'll wait to see what Sideshow has to offer, see what Queen Studios has to offer, and kind of go from there. But I mean, you can't deny how impressive the Hush Superman is. So that's why I gave him. I'm going to give him check him out whenever he's finally, the details and all that good stuff of him is released.
What if they make it more defined?
In what
I don't
sense?
think they'll do that.
Why not? Like
I don't think they're
enhance
going
it a
to. I
little
don't.
bit.
It's going. Well,
So it means it'll be a
well,
different piece from what they've already shown us, even in the because in the teaser event it was just like exactly the same thing, right?
right.
When they
I
teased it
don't
at
remember. I don't remember because I've seen some
Yeah.
custom paint jobs where people have enhanced the hush, and it looks really good. You know,
Mhm. Maybe
I'll
I don't think.
make
I
a
think
lot
they're
of
going to
people
keep it the
salty.
same. It would, but I don't think they would change it. And if it is, it'll probably be something minor, like they take the angels off or something like that. Um, I don't think they're going to change it drastically because that means more money that they have to put into. To I think the whole idea of this is to basically capitalize off our pain and make as much money as possible. If you start tweaking stuff and do that eats into the profits. So I don't know if probably going to do that based on what it looks like they're trying to do at least. Right. Um. Let's see what the chat. So I'm gonna see what the chat's talking about for a little bit. We'll see what they're talking about real quick, and then we'll jump into some pictures. We'll start with the anime pictures, and then we'll go into uh, no, not anime pictures. Let's see. I looked at the Venom PF earlier this week on Sideshow site. Sideshow has sent me a few emails of grab Venom before he's gone. They're really pushing for the FOMO card lately. That's normally what they do. To
You
be
know what,
fair,
Jesse?
1-4
That statue
prices.
sucks.
Yeah,
That statue
they
sucks. Don't
always
buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. It
they're
sucks.
always trying to feed on people's FOMO. That's their tactic. That's what they do. That's what Sideshow does. To be fair, 1-4 prices are in the stage bro for Prime One and X and Peers period. Yeah, I agree. Shipping has dropped the last year. This box you can probably get 200 shipped. So he's looking at 1550 all in. Yeah, damn, that's expensive. 1550 quarter scale. First, fast turnaround gets me. They announce a statue and it ships in 3 months or quicker. I have less than time to get the money. It doesn't allow for fiscal responsibility. Prices go up faster. It only gets worse. Yeah. Yeah, that's one when XM did that for the first time. That's what I didn't like about XM. Because it's like their pieces are a little bit more expensive than everyone else's, and so you're saying, oh, here's this new Superman or new whatever, and it's $1,500, 1,300, $1,400, and yeah, we're shipping it in 4 months. Well, damn, I had four other statues that I got coming out for in the next 6 months, or three statues in the next 6 months, and I budgeted for those. Now you throwing a whole nother situation on me that I may have wanted. That's not fair. Like you should stick to the script, sir.
well, I saw an interview on that. They said because sometimes consumers change their mind at the last minute, so that's why they rush it out. Make sure they get their profit. Yeah,
Don't change your mind on my tab, right?
I know. Keep it.
uh yeah, to each their own. You gotta want it more than art for it to stay in the collection for years. Wonder Woman versus Hydra and Jason 5 about Batman were the last statues I can't drop this type of money anymore. Next Gen said, I'm done with this shit. Everybody has their limit. I feel you. That's a good
Yeah.
point, Buck. I'm glad I love all my X-Men collection stay in group. Yeah. I saw Sideshow's Mythos. Oh, we'll look at that a little bit later. Big Bad Toy Store. We'll talk about Yoda here in a little bit. Yo, Marcos. What's up, Marcos? What's up? My man, the main man, is in the house. Okay. All right, let's get into the what's the name?
Pictures.
Actually, this is what I'm gonna do. Make like this. All right, perfect. Now let's share. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, first of all, this like I think this is like a head sculpt base.
Yeah,
It looks. This is so creative. I've never seen this before.
yeah. So they made this base so you can put the switch outs that you get from Prime One for the Vegeta on them, and you can have them displayed on the
Oh,
side with the statue.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. So
that's really cool. That's very creative.
that's like an extra 250 on top of the price of the statue.
Hmm. This is only 250 for this stand.
Only 250. Come on, man.
Well, you got to think. You got to think. You got one, two, three, four situations
No,
going on
look
here.
look at it on the left where they say A. The switch outs come with the Prime One statue. What you get is what's written in A.
Oh,
So
okay. I'm sorry.
all those are the switch outs that come with the statue you buy from Prime One. But like what you get is an A, right? That's what you're paying two
Okay.
fifty for. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I was looking at the wrong thing. So if I look at A, I would. I think this is fairly priced at 150. I think
Yeah.
that's a fair price. 150
But at
for
the
this.
same time, it's pretty high quality. I got the one they got for the Goku. They did for the Goku. It's pretty high quality, and these are pieces I want to keep for life. So
Mm-hmm.
it was worth it for me to commit to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's cool.
So
Man,
That's
they
dope.
made a trunk switch out head. That's not Prime One didn't make that, but they made that you could put on the statue. I don't think it looks quite right, like the character. But if you like that, you can have that on the statue as well.
what don't you like about the trunks?
Portrait doesn't look right. Doesn't look quite like him, and the hair.
Mm,
Yeah, it's supposed to be super trunks. Yeah, I'm not
mm-hmm.
crazy about it.
It looks, man, this statue is phenomenal. Bro. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on.
The base with the rocks, Does that light up?
It does light
Yeah.
up.
Mm.
So the clear resin at the back does light up. The clear resin in his hand lights up as well.
Nice.
So it's a pretty cool statue. Yeah. This is one line where Prime One, man, they could ask me for almost any amount and I say yes. I just buy it. It's not even a question. They got me by the balls with this one, man.
Mm-hmm.
So the messed up thing is it's so popular. For the Goku, they sold almost 5,000 for the ES, and just think about that for Prime One, like 5,000,
5,000. That's a
right?
lot.
It's a lot, and you would think after that they'd be coming out with new statues in this line like hotcakes, but no, they haven't announced anything, and it seems like they canceled the other one that they teased, which is the Frieza. You know how they have the coming soon page on their website? They
Yeah.
removed one of the teasers for the next statue in the line from that page, and it seems like they haven't spoken about it in multiple, but those next level showcases, they haven't spoken about it again, and it feels
Mhm.
odd because they're doing other anime pieces, but they're not saying anything about Dragon Ball anymore. So my assumption is it's a licensing issue because the other one sold like really well for them. So I don't know why.
It has to be an licensing issue because it's definitely not a consumer issue.
Yeah.
Shane, you into anime pieces or anime in general?
No, I've never been a big anime guy, but I did get into Berserk last year a little bit. I thought that was really cool. And even though I don't collect anime, I think their statues are some of the best looking statues on the market. They look great. They really pop. Great light up features. So I love seeing them in people's collection.
I agree, Shane. I agree that the anime pieces are some of the best that I've seen, and I try to stay away from all anime pictures, all anime statues. I stay away from all of it because Like I'm not trying to get sucked into that black hole, man.
Right. You got to draw a line somewhere.
You got to draw a line for sure. A little bit more of the trunks here. Yeah, this looks clean though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
So this is how it probably would look on display if you had if you bought the base for the switch outs. I think companies should start offering this themselves, stuff like this,
Mm-hmm.
because I mean there's a market for it, and when you have so many switch outs, people want to see them like on display. They just want to put it in the box or like on the side, laying on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
You want to display it somehow. So companies could really, I think, it would make money if they started like producing like stands for the switch outs.
And just offer it as like it's like a separate order. Like if you want to get the Vegeta statue, you get that, you put that in your cart, and then you go to the page for this like side base and you order that as well. Like that's a whole separate situation to where people can just buy them, And I would even take it as far as, especially like just with this statue, offer the head sculpts with the base for like an EX or like for extra money. You know what I'm saying? That can be another stream of income. If people want to do the full thing, but you can do something like this,
And then
you might be
you
able to sell
only,
quite a few of those.
then people can choose whether they want to get the full statue or just want the head sculpt base thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like what they do with what Prime One's been doing with the Hush and Fabok busts, and those like
Mm-hmm.
little busts, like when they do the 1/3 bust.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
probably
fire.
want to zip through these when you see like the same statue more than once, like
Oh,
That's
damn.
nice. Damn.
This is from One Piece?
yes, from One Piece. I don't watch One Piece, but I don't just want to put Dragon Ball.
Damn, this looks fire though. Like it's crisp. This is crisp as hell.
Yeah.
Wow, the paint job on this is different. Wow.
So I saw this
This looks cool. This looks really nice.
one of the anime pages. This is Akuma from Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a custom ones being made.
That looks good. I like how he's ripping the like that's different. We don't normally see that a lot. Who is this?
Janemba. It's like a character from one of the movies.
Janemba, the one who turned like he didn't look like this
Becomes
though.
red. He becomes like,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the first form.
Oh, I don't remember the first form. I remember whenever Goku, because that's the fusion movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's how he
Yeah, I know.
starts out.
I know Dragon Ball Z a little bit, just a little.
Mm.
Just like,
Ooh, sheesh, dude. Wow, this is custom.
yeah.
Damn. See, this is why I stay away from this stuff. This is exactly why, because this stuff is crisp. Like
And
all your family.
they
Go
improved the
ahead.
head sculpts again. So people weren't like too happy about that. One thing I like about the anime like custom scene is like when people aren't too like happy with something, they usually make changes really quick before pre-orders go up, and then like to satisfy like what people are asking for.
Hmm.
You get like a turnaround within like a week or two, they'll make changes.
Oh wow, fast like that. Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
They- There's already like updates on the changes they made to this based on feedback. And I thought this looked pretty sick already. So
Yeah.
Where is this from?
there's an anime called My Hero Academia. It's kind of like X-Men
It's
anime.
like it's like that, but they're like it's like a school for people like kids who have powers. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Mm.
And so they learn how to be heroes, pretty much.
Hmm.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, so yeah, I guess damn. Now that I think about it, it's actually like X Men. I didn't even think about it like that. I never thought about it like that. That's pretty cool.
Especially where the way the powers work is like mutations. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fire. Now this character I'm not familiar with. Who is this?
I don't know what this is. I just saw it and I added it. This is Trunks though, but
This is
uh,
Trunks.
yeah, I don't know what this is from, but it's definitely not canon. So
It's definitely not canon. Like I don't even know what the hell that is in his hand.
if I had to guess, I'd call it the Time Sword.
Mm. That base lights up too.
I don't know. If it did, they'd probably be a picture where it was lit up, but I don't think so.
Mm.
Interesting. Okay.
Another thing I'd say for the most part, for these anime pieces, they are very affordable. The unlicensed ones,
Really
they're
affordable.
yeah, yeah. For the
Like
most of them,
like
depends
how
on the
affordable? Like 600.
like. Yes, you can see a price like that for some of these that you'd be expecting to be way more expensive. And when you say 600, there's some pieces that would be like 600 shipped. I'm like, whoa,
Whoa, what?
yes, yeah.
Mm.
See, Buck. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get me to start getting to. I'm not falling for this bait. You trying to tell me how cheap it is, how affordable it is. You trying to show me these pictures? No, 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 no.
Just tell me the ones you like. I'll hook you up.
That's funny.
And this is from Ocarina of Time, the Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool. I think a lot of people like that.
Mm.
It's like a forced perspective type situation.
Mm.
Yeah, a little
Cool.
bit. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, Ichigo from Bleach. Okay.
This is quarter scale. Yeah. So anyone who likes Bleach. Something just looks weird about his face for me.
Oh, this is quarter scale. You say?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
huge piece. And it has a light up, pretty powerful light up.
That's pretty cool. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Oh my god, Frieza. How you
I
feel
got
about this
this one
scope?
coming. I got this one
Oh,
coming. But
oh,
the one I'm getting has a base and it's quarter scale. There was like some controversy with it. I'll get to it eventually in the
what,
pictures.
what? I was just gonna ask because that, like, I'm like, damn, he's just standing. Like, where's the base?
Yeah, you can have him stand freely, it seems. And I think
That's kind of
it
scary
pairs with
though.
the Goku as well. But
Hmm.
that's the base,
And
which
this
I
is the
think
base they
looks
have for
really good.
Frieza.
Yeah, I think it looks really good.
It seems like this is more of a Goku base though.
It's because they fought on Namek, so
Yeah.
yeah, you'll see. There'll be a picture where both of them are like next to each other.
Oh, well, it looks much better now. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks much better now.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks much better now. I
So
couldn't see him on it, but now that I see him, he's fine.
the issue with this is if you look on the base, they wrote like the name of the studio, but
Whitehall.
previously, yeah, when they were soliciting pre-orders, they the Dragon Ball Z logo. If you go to the previous picture,
Oh.
so
Oh, that's right.
it seems like they got into trouble with the licensor, and so remove they had to
Oh.
remove the trademark logo from there. And I think
Hmm.
that's what's happening. So now it seems like on their future pieces they can't have the Dragon Ball logo.
Well, damn.
Pe-
Why won't they just
People,
put nothing?
right? That's the question. But production's already done on this, right? When that happened.
Hmm.
So yeah, a lot of people aren't happy about it. They're pretty upset. So I
Or what they should have done is they should have just made like
no
this.
blackface.
Well, yeah, no black base. Yeah, that's a solution. Or make this like a peg that you can peg in and remove it and put like a placement joint in that's like just
Mhm.
black, like make it smooth black to where you can choose if you want to put the thing there. You know what I'm saying? The
It'll
logo.
have
'Cause-
it would even have a scene. It would have been better to just put the character name. Honestly, I don't want to see the name of the group making the statue on the thing like
Yeah,
that. It's kind of weird.
that that's definitely weird for sure. Like, no, I don't think anyone's ever done that before. Like, that's pretty crazy.
That's both of them together. But I believe these are the 6 scale versions. I think they
Mhm.
look pretty cool, and they're very affordable. Two of them together are like 1,000 shipped, quarter
Wow.
scale.
Wow.
Wow, quarter
Mm.
scale.
Give me a second. I might be capping on that, but I believe that's what I paid.
Wow, that's impressive. Ooh, they got the other form of Frieza too.
Yeah. I think right now, when it comes to the unlicensed Dragon Ball stuff, they're making the best looking pieces, especially when it comes to production and the paint quality. Because what you're seeing right now, these aren't prototypes. This is what they're sending out to people.
Damn,
So
and then look at
that
this
level,
guy's collection. Like, what the
yeah.
f?
But
Yeah.
some of the stuff in the back is not from them. Okay? The stuff on the shelves in the back is not necessarily from their company.
But whoever's picture this is, I kind of want to talk to him because I mean,
Yeah.
look at how he has his stuff displayed. Like, how like I know this is custom stuff. So like, but how did you do this? Because I want something like this.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
You see when you're a Dragon Ball fan, see how it just takes over your room?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. You got the Ultra Instinct Goku in the back. That's pretty crazy. Broly, Vegito. That's pretty crazy. All right, let's see. It's quite a few here. Oh, different versions of Vegeta. That's pretty
So
cool,
they're doing like Vegeta as well.
man.
And
Frieza.
That's nice.
this one,
Wow,
I already got this one in. Uh, this was one of the
wow.
pieces I had to go back to like put in storage.
That's
Oh
a nice
wow.
one.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
It's got the light up. Again, man, it'll blow your mind how affordable some of these are.
Damn. Whoa,
What's this?
It's from Bleach.
Mm.
that looks crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. It's
That's
another
even.
Bleach. That's
No,
another.
that's
This is
One
One
Piece.
Piece.
One Piece.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This is
that's a
this
nice
is,
one.
this is crazy.
That's a nice one.
They going crazy with this. Oh, Final Fantasy joint.
Uh oh.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a new Final Fantasy coming out. I'm so excited for it.
That's where
Mm.
this is from. At least the remake. This is based off the remake, the new one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know how like this looks like fabric. It's sculpted.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Oh, I thought it was fabric.
Me
no,
too.
it's
Yeah.
sculpted.
Wow.
I was also gonna say, House of God is coming out with a new statue from Pascal Blanchet, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty hyped for that. I want to see what they come up with because I like his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's like a female piece.
This is
Jujutsu Kaisen.
yes. I have not caught up on this, but
Yeah,
this was a pretty cool anime so far though.
yeah. Animation's pretty good.
Mm.
But yeah, this piece is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it looks huge.
You're gonna get like a picture of it next to a person, and it's massive.
Damn. Oh
Wow.
my god, that's huge.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. This
Wow,
one's this
that's
one's
really big.
stupid huge.
Oh wow. Okay. Looks like that's the last of the pictures, but that's really impressive though.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump straight into
Adam has a question. He said, "Where do you buy most of your Dragon Ball statues from?"
There's two places I get them from. FNC, Fanatic Anime, call it FNC, and the other place is Kaio Nation, Kaio Nation. If you look for those on Facebook, you should be able to find them. The thing I like about Kaio Nation is that they include the shipping cost with the price. And so when you want to buy something, you know exactly what you're paying from the very beginning. There's no surprises at the end when it's ready to ship. And generally speaking, sometimes it can come under what you would pay somewhere else, or it would be at parity with that, right? With FNC. FNC has good like shipping rates as well. But most other places will just overcharge you. So definitely the Kai Nation is a good place if you don't want any surprises.
Fair enough.
Alrighty then. Let's see. All right. Actually, let me make sure that this is up to par.
So Shane, you said you got into Berserk. Was it the anime or the manga?
Anime. They're on YouTube. There was a 25 episode miniseries on there, and I thought
Yeah.
it was really good. Up until the ending, the last episode was really, really kind of fucked up with the turning into demons and shit. But a direction I did not see coming. But fair enough.
That's a depressing show to watch.
Up until then, though, I thought it was great. I was
Yeah.
really into it, and I don't
Whatever
like
you-
anime, but I was like, this is good.
Yeah. Whatever you saw that you thought was fucked up, it only gets worse.
I've heard that.
That's funny as hell. All right, here we go. So, I don't have a lot of these photos. Probably about 29 of them, like 30. But let's jump into them. I think this character's name is
Aurora, I think.
Aurora. Yeah, I was gonna say Augustine, but yeah, Aurora. I'm not familiar with this character. Are you guys familiar?
She's from Alpha Flight, a group of mutants, Canadian group that Wolverine was part of before he joined the X-Men. Her, Vindicator, some other guy, something North, forget North Star or something.
That's like the Canadian version of the X-Men, right?
Yeah.
You guys like this piece and the pose and all that good stuff?
The base is bland, but it's cool.
Small footprint, I guess.
Yeah, small.
I think the portrait could be prettier. It's not very attractive. But and compared to the statues I've seen of the other two characters that I know from that team, I don't think this is up to par with those.
The other, you saying the other two are better?
Yeah, this is the guy that's in white and red. There's a few statues of him. I don't know his name. Then there's a short, stocky character with a mustache.
Yeah, the short guy's name is Puck,
Puck.
and the guy
Puck.
with white and red is Vindicator.
Vindicator.
Yeah, the statues I've seen for those look pretty sick. They make you want to actually even if you don't know about the characters, you might be interested in the statues. This is pretty bland compared to those. I don't know what her power is, and she's just there and she's kind of ugly too. So it's just,
But what's up with you?
Oh,
Crazy.
fuck, that's so good. I'm not buying this ugly bitch.
you know what I feel? I feel like if you're gonna do a female statue
You're saying
and you're not gonna show maybe her powers if it's a character and it's not an action pose, then it needs to be sexy or some kind of pin-up style piece, right? If you're not gonna, otherwise it's just I don't know what's the stance. It's kind of odd.
But I thought beauty was in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, man. I don't know who they're gonna have to get to behold this and find
Okay, all right. She don't look that bad. She don't look that bad.
You don't see it?
I seen worse.
No, she don't look that bad.
Oh man.
Yeah. That's funny. Here we go. We got Thor. Look like my man is on a drum line. Getting ready to go crazy.
Oh man.
But how you feel about this? You guys feeling this?
It's cool. I
This,
think what'll make or break it is the paint job.
yeah,
Mm.
This is just a render.
I think the anatomy is off on this one, big time.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
what you think should be bigger, smaller, whatever?
because look at the way the arms are extended,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like the biceps are still contracted, triceps still. I mean, and if it's contracted, then why does the arms look kind of skinny? If you get what I'm saying.
The biceps aren't contracted. They look relaxed. They're stretched. The
It
Those
looks
biceps.
look,
fine to me.
Oh, do
those
you mean
looks.
do you mean the triceps or what?
No. The
Right here,
triceps
right?
are definitely
Oh,
flexed. Look at the triceps,
Yeah, they're
but look at
flexed.
the biceps. The biceps looks like they're contracted. I mean, they're not long. Usually, they don't look like that oval, and the arm look kind of skinny.
No,
it
because
looks
like
fine.
they're like it's whatever. I yeah, I don't. I'm not even like too invested in like standing up to this piece. I think something that could be more interesting, maybe the cape, play with it some more. I think if the statue itself is going to be so like solid and then rooted in place, I'm not opposed to that museum feel. I think they could, take it further by like playing with the way they sculpt the folds of the cape. They could make it really interesting.
Vibranium Gem says this is based off the Alex Ross art.
Yeah,
Um,
Nice.
that doesn't sound off to me. That sounds
yeah.
like this looks like this could be a part of that. Let's see. Is it true that MX isn't licensed to sell stations in the U.S.? I heard that that's why Sideshow and other sites don't sell their products. Who is MX?
Excellent.
Oh, XM.
Which is backwards.
Oh, is it true that XM isn't licensed to sell statues in the U.S.? That's not true. They are licensed to sell statues in the U.S. It's just certain statues they can only sell. Like
Certain
if
licenses they can't. Yeah.
exactly, like if they can't sell it in the U.S., they can't even show it at a con. So that's why like whenever me and Stats went to New York Comic Con that year, 2 years ago, we was able to see
Samurai line.
the samurai pieces. Yeah, exactly, because they're licensed for
They
the
don't. They
U.S.
don't they don't have the North American license for quarter scale DC or Marvel. That's what they don't have for the US.
Hmm. Yeah, but I think it kind of gets tricky because um, what's the company's name, y'all? That XM distributes their stuff for
LBS.
LBS. I think LBS their licensing is a little different, so you have to know exactly the intricacies of the business because the LBS statue doesn't mean it's an XM statue, right? So kind of got to do that
Mhm.
situation there. Shredder, right? I think we talked about this one on the previous show, Shane, but this one, this is phenomenal here.
Yeah, it's a badass shredder. I don't know if it's going to be made. I just saw some pictures online and thought it was really good.
Yeah, I agree.
Isn't this gonna get made? I feel like this is part of. I've seen a new line of turtles like pop up, and
Oh
I feel
yeah,
like this fits into the
that aesthetic.
sculptural style. And like,
I
yeah,
know what you talk about, the ones that kind of look like the new PCS and the old Sideshow.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This could be from that. That would make sense. That's
this
one
is
where Leonardo's on a road and it says Leonardo Street, right?
yes, I believe so. Yes,
That's a
Oh, I
little
have.
on the nose, but
yeah.
I don't think I've seen the new line of turtles. I think I've just seen this, but this is pretty cool though.
it is.
I like this.
If I was into turtles, I would consider this would be the shredder I would probably get because
This has a good like head sculpt, and I like the way they've done the armor pieces, the fabric. If there
yeah.
was anything I'd want from this to like kick it up a notch, it would be to improve the musculature in the legs and the arms. But even as it is, it's pretty all right. It's good.
Hmm. But I think you can make something like this, man.
Thank you, but we'll see.
But I'm trying to, guys. I'm trying to get Buck to make a piece. So I've been working on them. So just you guys help me, DM Buck, and just tell him to start making random shit.
It'll happen.
You got to start with that pinup model statue.
That I could do.
Wolverine, right? I feel like we've seen this exact statue before.
Yeah, it looks like the Franco Wolverine, the
You
one
know what?
in 3.5 scale Wolverine.
You're absolutely correct. I think that's exactly what the one I was thinking about was the Franco one.
But that one, the
Um,
base was a little bit different.
the base was a
Little
little
bit
bit
bigger.
different. I remember it's not Franco, but whatever company that was, there was some controversy around the paint job of it, um, or the quality or the QC of it, or whatever it was. But this is
People
but
didn't
this
like the
is
snow.
similar to that. You said again, Buck?
So people didn't like the snow
Oh, okay.
on that bit.
Yeah,
On that,
with silver.
yeah. Um, there's something weird. It seems like from this angle on this piece, the torso, you get this really clear, defined line through the middle of his body, the division
Yeah.
in his chest, his abs, and it looks unnatural, like it's too deep. It's like a deep cleft in his, yeah. And then I
You
say
know,
his obliques and the lines leading into his serratus are like also there's this kind of uniform regularity. So you get the abs and then the line just goes up again. It's like too
leading
uniform in terms
leading
of
into
like
his what, Buck? His what?
He says stiffolitis or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
See, Buck, you too knowledgeable on this stuff, and you gotta make it layman's terms, dumb it down a little bit, so I know what you're talking about.
I'm
you
looking
see
for the
those
dictionary.
muscles
Like, what?
under the muscles that are like his abs. So his abs. You see those muscles that are like next to his abs leading towards the his side?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
See
yeah,
how you see how uniform that looks? It's just like line,
yeah,
line, line,
Yes.
yeah. He's
line,
right.
and it looks unnatural. Usually on
Mhm.
a person, it'd be more like there's more asymmetry,
He's right.
and also it's too. Is a definition coming from there that you're like those muscles will not be bulked up that much. They
right.
don't show on the surface of the skin to that extent,
Unless you're
right?
fat and you're on the side, so that's right.
Yeah, those are
Mm,
like jelly rolls if like but like they're not
mm.
supposed to be. It's weird. So like in the end overall, it's a decent piece, but I don't quite like it. I think the thing that breaks it for me beyond the stuff on the torso is the portrait. Is there a mass portrait of this?
Uh, I don't think so. I think well, the pictures I saw were only unmasked.
They probably have a mass portrait. If
They
that was
have.
yeah. I don't like the unmasked head. And if there was a mass portrait, probably a better piece. Depending on the price, it's like worth the pickup.
I would have never caught that.
Mm-hmm. Uh, any guesses for who this is?
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi.
Good job. Okay, I didn't. Well, when I first saw him, I was like, "Who the f is that?" Then I looked at the caption. I saw Shang-Chi. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well,
Got
because
the
I
10
was
rings.
yeah. I was introduced to Shang-Chi from the movie. Like I didn't know anything about him until then. So I wasn't as knowledgeable about him, and I also didn't notice the 10 rings before I saw his name. So that's actually a dead giveaway.
That's cool. I like the dragon. Quite like
Isn't
it.
that cool? Isn't that cool?
Yeah, well done. Well sculpted. I like the style on it. I
And this
also
is a
think
was it custom?
Yeah, for
has
sure.
to, the hand, the way that's done, the open palm, the musculature on the arm, fantastic. The other arm, like the way it's posed to do the
Mm-hmm.
like that fighting style. I love
Mm-hmm.
everything going on, like the waist up. It's a fantastic piece. It starts to break. It's not looking as good at below the waist. The base and then his legs. It on one hand it's like it's a frumpy fabric, but then on the other side you can see his muscles showing through. It feels
Mm-hmm.
like you should have decided whether you wanted this to be like baggy pants or you wanted them to be like skin tight. And then also, if they're gonna be baggy pants, you know, be more expressive with the folds you put in the cloth on the fabric. You know,
Mm-hmm.
be more intentional with the design that you put for the folds in the fabric, and you can make something really beautiful. As it stands, this is still a good looking piece, and I think all those shortcomings I mentioned can be elevated or made worse in the paint job, in the actual painting. Because this is a render, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The paint job can really make this worse or it can make it better. I quite like the way the sculptor has done the hair, and I think that's a good job. That part.
There's another hairstyle.
Not fun to this one.
No, the other one.
Can you like this, Shang-Chi?
I think
Different
it
pose too.
looks pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan into the character, but the statue looks cool with that dragon.
Yeah.
I just love
Yeah.
that like pose. The first one with the open palm is so good. The way he sculpted the fingers and like the palm and just like the whole flow into the arm and the torso. Very
It's
nice.
funny, like I see what you're saying, and I do agree it's sculpted well. But I go to the next picture.
Mhm.
This one.
Yeah, I actually like that head sculpt and those hands better, those
Ah,
arms.
Those are nice. I like both of them
I
actually.
like the look of it. It's got a kind of Bruce Lee look.
It
yeah,
does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
definitely. I think these arms are good too. Like it's just the other one would be my preference. I just
Right.
love the flow and the gesture, the way it's
I
because you got
agree.
this
It does look
twisting
good.
motion going through the like the line, it's like going through his whole body, and then you have some of that mirrored in the dragon behind him. So it's
Would you
pretty
say
cool.
is would you say is Zen?
That's pretty cool.
Good job to the sculptor.
Yeah. Oh, and okay, you can switch out the if you want this head sculpt with this hand gesture,
Hmm.
switch it out. Do that type of thing. Now, this has been kind of the talk of the town. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about this Superman going up for PL. It's not necessarily for me. A lot of people are hype and they're really excited about this piece. The reason why I say it's not for me is because just I think two things. The one is I think the musculature is a little bit over sculpted for my taste, and number two is the pose. I think it's the pose is just not for me. Not that anything's wrong with this piece; it's just not for me and my taste. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for all the people who are going to get this, and I know a lot of people are happy about it. So that's good. There's multiple versions of this too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, give props to the sculptor for making an attempt to do a dynamic cape. Because a lot of the time when people try to do sculpted capes, they just get lazy with it, and it's blowing to the side slightly. This, is a bit more adventurous. It's a bit more interesting in terms of the shape you're doing with the cape.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I appreciate that. Otherwise, I don't like the base too much. And like you said, with you think the musculature is too bulky. Yeah, I don't like that stylization for Superman. I would prefer if it wasn't like that.
It's got a very Eric Sosa feel to it, like the overdone musculature,
Hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
too much. And when
Yeah,
it's too much for
Mm-hmm.
like a comic book character, it's too much because
yeah.
that shit's way out of proportion anyway. But yeah, it's not bad. It's just not my style. I prefer. I'll keep Hush over this.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the same price, then hell no.
The
Right.
proportions are
Yeah.
just too off for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And
It
then
looks
this, I
like
think it
So
was this. Go ahead,
it's
guys.
almost Frank Miller thick.
Frank Miller. I
now I
think
was
that's
thinking
crazy.
like those Gears of War characters,
Damn.
Oh, the big
Yeah.
characters, yeah, the big characters. Well, I just think it's not kind of unnatural to have your arms like this. Like it's kind of You know what I'm saying? Like that's not really.
Common sense.
It,
What do you mean? Is forearms
no. Just the way his arms are kind
like
of
that?
outward, like outward of his body. Yeah, it doesn't seem natural.
The
You know,
bodybuilder walk.
it's probably like
Yeah.
that because it's a flight pose. The I guess the idea behind it is like you're stabilizing yourself in the air, kind of. You know,
Yeah.
it's probably because it's there's no natural reference you can really get for someone floating in the air. So the comic people when they make up these poses, they got to be a bit like
Yeah,
you
if
know
you could fly,
imaginative, right? If you
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
fly, maybe this is how you would do it.
I think with the arm placement, I think that this looks a little better because I guess because the hands are not closed. When the hands are closed, it just is different vibe for me. You know what I'm saying?
It comes off more aggressive.
Yeah.
It's a little bit it's just a little too.
Dominant, mighty pose.
It looks better. It looks like he's actually like trying like floating up with his hands open. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Well, that one there to me looks like he's actually flying up, like accelerating in height, and the other
Mhm.
one
Exactly.
looks like he's stopped and he's hovering and he's
Yeah,
looking.
Exactly. Exactly.
but that's also reflected in the direction of his head. Another thing that's like making you feel like he's flying up because he's looking up
Yep,
at right.
Yeah.
And the other one, the cape is also different. It's like so I think they're doing a
Oh,
good
that's true.
job
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like letting you know he's stopped in the air because his cape is no longer dragging downwards. It's like flowing in
I
the
agree.
middle,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can see what they're going for, and I think personally, I would say in that regard, they've done a good job. It's just
Hmm.
the actual design choices they've gone for in terms of how they've stylized Superman. I don't think it's some people it'll appeal to and some people it won't, right?
They have to figure out a way how to manipulate us with a floating Superman. Because now that we know the foot is connected to the base, your brain kind of tells you he's not floating. He's not. There's something holding the statue up. Kind of like how they did the Black Adam. I mean, they did it from like the back where his feet are. There's nothing holding his feet up, but I guess what's holding him is connected to the back, and the cape is covering it. So I
Hmm.
think the next whatever Superman that tops this hush, they got to figure out how to captivate him floating. I guess by having the cape hiding, you know, uh, the beam that's going to be connected. But
Hmm.
that pose is like you know is he's not floating. It's like you know
Yeah. It's Doom though.
that's hard. That's a
That's
nice.
super. I love this Doom. This Doom
Yeah,
is crazy. Um, how y'all feel about this, Shane and Buck?
I think it looks great. The base is big. It's got a LBS vibe to me, like it's telling a story. The
Hmm.
different versions of Doom. I like that. It's big. It's going to be a big footprint, but I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
I
think it
agree.
looks pretty cool as well. I'd say they should have gone rid of all that like multi-layered black um, base. If they were gonna do it at all, maybe just like one layer. But otherwise, the design on this is pretty slick. The only thing that you could complain about with this is that the staircase is not in scale with Doom. So it's like kind of like
Oh,
it's been scaled down so that you're getting this kind of almost like he's standing into miniaturized somewhat
Yeah.
like version of
hmm
his castle. But I
hmm
totally get the reasoning for that. So it wouldn't even be bigger than it already is. And
hmm
I think it still works as a statue. I would just say the stepped black base, it's excessive. You could probably remove 2 layers off that, or even just take it out completely and have like a thinner, like stone, like thing that's more diegetic with the rest of the base.
hmm I agree.
That the white stuff on the top, are those candles or are those concrete? The
They
white.
look like
they're
they look
concrete
like
beams.
columns.
Okay,
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, I think it's white on the top because of the lighting they placed in the render. If that
hmm
makes sense.
yeah. This looks
Okay.
so good. I hope it look as good when it's painted because Franco's really like he did something fantastic with this one.
Yeah, this is wonderful. This is good stuff right here.
I agree.
Someone repainted their OG Poison Ivy from Sideshow to be the skin color version, and um, it's cool. I saw a few people talking about this online. I thought this was cool. It was a nice spin on things. We never seen it this way before. As it makes, I think I feel like it makes it a little bit more sexy. Um, and but overall, it's cool. I thought I had more pictures of it because the base is like purple and it's different colors, and they redid the base. And I wish I had captured the pictures of the. I thought I did, but I
Mhm.
guess I didn't. But what do you guys feel about this? The idea of this?
Amazing.
Hmm.
I mean, to take that, and transform it to something like this is really good.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to see if I can go back and find the original one and see what that looks like. But yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it
definitely.
looks good.
I really
Yeah.
like the way the painter handled the body, right? It's really
Hmm.
good,
Hmm.
especially the skin textures. You have some areas that are like you can see the highlights, almost like she had kind of like a tan, and like she's tanned the rest of her body, but maybe areas like her buttocks and the breasts, like they're lighter. They have
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
lighter look. And I really like that attention to the texturing on the skin and like the complexion. But I think this is weaker. The weaker points in this paint job would be the portrait and the hair. It starts to get gummy and gunky. Like there's not as much finesse in those areas as there are in the rest of the body. You look at the hair, the
Hmm.
way he's addressed the dark points, the darkness, and there's not really like any highlights to pull out the peaks in the hair as well. And maybe the flowers as well also look a bit like clumsily painted. Um, but like those things are things probably if like you addressed with the painter, they could go back and rework that somewhat. But I really like the way
Hmm.
the guy has done the skin, and just the makeup itself is just not my taste. But like it's done
Hmm.
well.
Hmm. Okay. Yoda, Mythos, Sideshow. Um, there was a second picture I didn't capture, but there was a second picture that kind of showed off the base a little better. But the idea of this, how we feel about it? Y'all good with this or what?
It kind of pissed me off, man.
Okay, all right. Egg
And,
Stats is
and,
upset
and
about this.
now the reason why, because it's like I don't like getting the same character because I want that Yoda that they currently have off of PO with the light up lightsaber, and then this, which looks amazing. I'm like, like I don't want to get two Yodas.
Yeah,
But
Shane, how you feel about it?
Um, I mean, it's a mythos piece. It's nice. I don't collect Jedi. I collect a lot of Star Wars. I don't do Jedi, but yeah, I think it looks good.
So you're part of the dark side.
Oh, most definitely.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
No
All right.
Jedi scum for me.
Damn,
Shout out to
it's starting
Thor.
it's
Shout
starting to
out to
look a
Thor.
little like Darth Malgus now.
That's funny.
Oh shit!
oh.
That's funny. Let's see. Oh, I think that's the last picture. All right. Cool. Let's see. Cool. Those are the pictures, guys. I think we came in ahead of schedule because I have to hop off in 13 minutes, but looks like we're good. We're good to go. All right.
Nice.
Anything else we want to tackle before we get out of here, guys?
I mean, you guys play games?
Oh, of course. I was just playing
Not
God
in
of
a
War
while.
yesterday.
I was playing the Village on the VR, the Resident Evil Village on the PlayStation VR.
The game is amazing.
God,
The game is
man,
amazing.
man, the
Yeah.
VR makes it 1,000 times worse. Like,
I'm
God,
scared to do VR stuff because that's like it gets
man,
real crazy real fast with VR.
let me tell you, you put them on, you don't even feel like you're in your house anymore. It's crazy,
For
crazy,
real.
man. Oh God, I'm not even exaggerating. I was like, this is crazy. That's my first time using it on the console, and I think
Yeah.
this updated version is they knocked it out the park. It's crazy.
Mhm.
Don't have, I mean, if you ever don't have nobody around you because you will hit somebody, you know. Yeah, you will.
We're gonna hear about
Yeah, don't play
stats.
around your statues either.
Yeah, definitely don't do
Well,
that.
it's true. Yeah.
You know, because I mean,
Yeah.
what's crazy? You hear them breathing, and you look behind you. You like, oh, yeah.
Is the PlayStation the headset, the current VR headset, is it wireless yet, or is it still wired?
It's still wired, but man, you don't even care. Trust me, you don't even care. They took it to a whole nother level. Like my son put it on. He was like, "Take this off of me. Take it off of me." You know, he was in for like 20 seconds. He was like, I know you're gonna try to, I know you're gonna try to prank me. I'm like, nah, I'm not pranking you, just put it on. You feel good. So I made sure that part where the werewolves were. He's like, take it off, take he went crazy. So I was like, man, you know,
That's crazy.
good
That's pretty
investment.
sick though.
Thinking about picking that up. Yeah, it's oh man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, good deal, man. Well, I want to say thank you to the entire cast. Thank you to everyone that joined, everyone that commented, everyone who didn't comment. If you just sat and watched the whole time, I appreciate you guys too. Again, don't forget, I want to say this: we're doing a giveaway soon. It's confirmed when we get to 1,000 subscribers. We're 45 away. I mean, come on, guys, 45 away. I'm sure like 60. I think it was last time I checked, it was like 60 some percent of you guys, 60-70% of y'all are not subscribed. I'm sure that's 40%, 45 people at least. Subscribe, man. We're giving away a PCS statue. We're giving away art prints. We're giving away probably some Funko Pops as well. I'm doing a video the next couple of days. It's going to explain everything you have to do to get entered for that giveaway. But the first thing is subscribing. So make sure you do that. But all right, man. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Cass. Thank you, everybody. And until next time, man, y'all be safe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.